Hi, this is Esko Luontila. Here in this first step of this tutorial we will have probably hard refactoring, but we will, with the help of our tests, it's still possible to do. And earlier we had implemented this falling blocks of a single falling block like there, and then we had these rotating these pieces and the tetrominos. Now we will need to put all those together in this falling pieces, and we want to be able to drop, let's say, a tetromino in there. And of course the current method takes a block, so we will need to be able to abstract it. Let's first create another overloaded version of that method. Let's see, where was it? There. Then we will need to now make a common abstraction for the tetromino and this block class. And my idea is that, well, we already have this grid. I think we will be able to use the same one to represent all those shapes. Let's see. If we make this, implement the grid. And just delegate there. And also delegate there. That should be fine. Then well, that shouldn't have broken anything. We still have that one test there. And this special case, it's only 1 by 1, and we will always return that same one. Then let's see. If we change that into a grid and that should still now we are still, or now we are handling blocks as if they were grids. I think we better commit here once. then let's start thinking that what to change next. We have let's see all the assumptions that we have about the shape of the block. I think this printing cell at is falling at that and that. I think this needs to be made a bit more detailed. The refactoring is broken in there. Okay, well, I think I'm not sure whether this is bringing us any further. I will need to somehow make a check that whether what I would like to write is that that the falling block, or cell as we call it, that we get it directly. Yeah, actually I think what I want to do is that I want to combine these two together. Okay, well, I can't extract that easily, so let's just write the method. Like that. Well, maybe we know that won't yet pass for a long time. Let's just keep on refactoring towards it. That's used in only one place. Let's inline it there. Make a bit of the guard clause there. Okay, if there is no falling, then we remove right away so it's empty. Then if the current row is where it's there at, then I will need to change these coordinates to work with this one also. And I think that will be, yeah, well, let's first put the limits. The row must be bigger than that and smaller than, I don't know if this is correct or not, but let's run the test and see it fail. Okay, this is what I call brute force TDD. Try all the options and then the one that passes all the tests, that one is the one that is correct. It's oftentimes faster than trying to think it through. Okay, and then the same for columns. Okay, and then we can still be sure that this doesn't, I don't think this will pass. It would still look the same because we are still getting we have hard coded that part there. Then let's see. It's either this way or the other way. Let's see if it's now any different. Yes, that looks a bit better. Okay, now it looks good, it's just in the wrong place. And I think that's because we have the hard-coded column in here. This one. Let's see if we would change it to, let's say, 3. That would be correct. Because now it passed. So if the dimension is 3, then this column should be 1, but if the dimension is whatever we have now, then the column should be 3. Let's see what is our dimension. 8. So, and let's see, this divided by 2. And okay, then we need, it's also related to the size of this piece. So maybe it's like yeah, okay, that worked. Then this is now passing. And I think we probably still have some assumptions somewhere that cause this to fail, but we can find out about those a bit later. Then this is a bit messy, but let's have a look at it a bit later. Oh, let's see. I think I'm calculating these coordinates also here in some way. Let's see. And that's not anymore block. Let's see. Let's call it just a piece. And this will be piece row. Piece column. Then piece row must be positive. It must be less than the number of rows in it. And same for the column. Okay. And actually I could put this here, and it would also make our formatting a bit nicer. These are now aligned. I always use the automatic code formatting, and then I just, if for some reason it doesn't format things nicely, then I try to refactor the code so that the automatic formatting would work, because that way I can think less about the formatting. Okay, actually that would better belong to the grid class. Then yeah, some of these won't yet work. But we can have a look at them later. At least it's now a bit better than it was before, so that's all that matters. Then let's see. When a piece reaches the bottom, it's that shape, and we tick it 4 times, it should be at the end, and still also this thing that it's falling or not falling. And also here the second one is the one that will drive us to implement a bit more. This is just the edge case check that doesn't yet matter, or doesn't yet need any changes, but then this one, when it ticks more, then it should have hit the bottom. But that one is not yet working because it's going through the floor. And now the issue is here that okay, it hits the floor, we need to change this to take into account the shape of the block. And it won't be enough to just check how high the block is because it has some empty pieces in it. So let's see. I think we need to do so that yeah, well, of course, first I think we need to cover that edge case, and then we can start asking for the dimensions of this one. Okay. And now then all of those coordinates, they must, if they are empty, if they are not empty, then we will need to make sure that it's inside this board. Okay, I'm totally not sure about how it works, but whether this code works, but at least we did not make the situation any worse. Oh, hey, okay, I think this is the correct code. It hits the floor, then it goes to this stop falling, and that removes it from the board. So accidentally I was able to write 10 lines of code which work. Then let's see. Okay, yes, there is again the assumption about the size of the block. Then we are now getting quite many of these repetitions where we are going through all the cells and transforming these coordinates of the board and of the block. Oh yeah. Okay, one more step ahead. And let's see. We will probably need to refactor this right away. Let's see if we find a good way to do it. The next would be that we check collisions between two blocks. I think we better clean up this first a little bit. At least here is some check that we check whether there is a cell at such a such place. Then we have these conversions to and from the block coordinates. Let's see, well, all the implementation that we would next write, it would go inside this method, so maybe after that it would be easier to see that what is the duplication in here, in the between this and this method. Because I have implemented this 4, I think I will need something that will let me check collisions between two grids, but that was many years ago, so I don't anymore remember how to do it exactly, and anyways, that would not be representative of how I work anyways. Let's start with this. And now we need to do those collision checks. Yet one more time. Yeah, now they go on top of each other. So I'm not sure whether this guard clause is needed. That line is always red, so but let's see. So this falling block at that place, it needs to check whether this place here is empty. And actually it's still +1 in there. Okay, that didn't quite work out. Did I actually look it wrong? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, actually I should have checked the error message a bit earlier. This is not yet the code that we need to be changing. Oh no, it is. Okay, yeah. We did progress. We stopped, were able to stop the block, but our code that is stopping it, it's it needs to check that this is not empty. Like so. Yeah, well, those are... We will get a null pointer exception if we ever happen to call tick when there is no falling blocks. We can leave that for later, if it ever happens. Okay, I think now is the last responsible moment for refactoring this class. Let's see. At least that thing there is duplicated. We can... Well, let's extract that into a method. It seems that this refactoring has not been updated to work with Java 8. Yeah, okay. Doesn't been. Because it could just have done it like this. And convert it into a default method. Okay. Then That's one step closer, but here we also need the value, so we cannot actually do the same thing. Then let's see. Here we have this conversion in one place. What is this line? I don't think that should be there anymore. Yeah, that's dead code. Then let's see. I think a nice way to copy these would be copy one grid to another. Would be nice. Or actually, I think what this code does, it's basically the same as us calling our own toString method. Yes, I think I will do it like so that yeah, okay, that let us simplify the code quite much. Then it is hitting the floor. Let's see in how many places do we have this coordinate conversion says at least one. Actually, I could do so that I move the logic of responsibility of checking whether it's inside the grid to be responsibility of the grid itself. That would simplify some things. Let's see how many implementations I have of this piece. That's simple board. That's us. That's delegated, so that will be trivial. So block and piece are the only ones that would need to be changed. Then I can avoid all of this. I'm not sure whether that made it moved the mess to a bit different place. Yeah, let's commit it. Oh, actually that now it's in 2 different places instead of just 1 place. I'm not sure whether I like it, so let's revert it. Yeah, well, I think I will need to return to refactoring this a bit later, but that's all I can think of at the moment. Next, when we implement more features, then maybe it will become clearer that how to factor the code. Thank you for watching and see you next time.